The pressure was.
Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Just having Thanksgiving dinner with some close friends.
I done caught you in the middle of dinner.
No, well, yes, but
Okay.
we're good. We're good.
Okay, cool.
They're supporting
I ain't
me.
gonna keep you for too long.
You're
How
good.
you been?
You're good. I'm good. Audacity just came out, so I'm just swinging and swaying in that. So
Swinging and swaying.
yeah, thugging and thriving and surviving.
Right. Can you do me a favor and just do a quick intro? Tell people who you are, where you're from.
Okay, so my name is G.L.A.M. That stands for Good Lyrics and Music. I'm from Cali. I rep the Bay first and foremost. And I am, by the way, at LA. So I rep Cali as like the whole region,
Right.
but the Bay first. So started making music in high school and really just been at it ever since. And, just now feeling like it's my time. So it's been a minute. Yeah.
Right. How did you know that music was the thing that you wanted to do, though? Like, you feel me? You dabbled in high school, same. I got a similar story. But how did you know, like, I'm actually kind of tight?
Right. Well, my parents were MCs first. Shout out to them. But even at that time,
who's your parents? Say their names so we can do our Googles.
Dame. Yes, Nick Nack and Dangerous Dame. Shout out to the Bay. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But even with them, like they rapped. But even at that time, I wasn't like thinking it would be for me. I think my mom gave me a beat and I started like just writing. I used to always write little stuff here and there. I know when it was. So I wrote a poem. I wrote a poem in like fifth grade for like Black history. And it was like, about Rosa Parks, and like it rhymed, and it was like this whole thing. And the way the class reacted, I think for me, that's when I was like, oh, maybe I might have something there, because I just sat there and I was like, how can I make this all rhyme and tell a story? So I told the story of like how she got on the bus and how they tried to make her get off the bus. But I think it was just that it rhymed that my teacher was like, what?
Do you still remember the poem?
Huh?
Do you still remember the poem?
No.
Hey.
No. I know. I wish I did, but I don't.
I needed to hear that.
I might have to ask her. I've been looking for that teacher, strange enough. Like, she was my fifth grade teacher. This was in the Valley. It's called Dixie Canyon. It's like this super diverse. But she was cool. She was like very supportive. But I remember when I did the poem, she was like, yo. Everyone thought that was crazy. So, that was probably the first time that I knew for myself that something was there.
Right. That's what's up. Similar story, girl. It always start with a little Black History Month poem, don't it?
I think that is. I think that's how you know. A poem, or a poem, my mom says sometimes.
Right. So Audacity just dropped. You feel me? Let's talk about that. How did you come up with the name Audacity? Like, where did that come from? And then kind of talk about your inspiration during creating the album. Where did you draw inspiration from?
I got the name because I like things that have like that AU abbreviation or start, I guess. Mainly for like just auxiliary audio, like audience. Like I'm into like playing on words. So Audacity kind of came from that. But also thinking a little harder, I know that AU is also like an element, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it touches into that a little bit too. But I think Audacity, I got the inspiration from the name just because I feel like when I looked up the definition, it was just like the willingness to take bold risks. So when so to me, my bold risk was like being able to like, for me, it wasn't about being able to produce and do something all by myself, but it was more so the fact that I did, and I had some really good help, like some really like dope people along the process that like, you know, taught me things so I could like, you know, get tighter for like that next go around. But I think it was more so that like I was going through a breakup and I needed to channel all that energy into something that was gonna like return it back. Yeah. Then I think that's where it came from. And I think Audacity just came from like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? This is something bold to be like, hey, I'm not gonna, you know, look for beats. You know, I'm not gonna like look for writers. I'm not gonna like book the studio sessions. I'm just gonna do it all by myself. So I think that's really where the creativity and the inspiration came from.
Right. Somebody said FL Studio or die.
Oh,
So
I
speaking
mean,
of
as
that,
long as it's a
what
home
program do
studio.
you use to make your beats?
Reason. I actually use Reason to make my beats, and I mix in Logic. So yeah, so FL I haven't tapped into. A lot of people talk about Ableton. A lot of people talk about
Have you tried Splice?
Splice. I have Splice. I try not to delve into it too much because
it's like cheating. I know.
Sometimes, but honestly, I use Splice on I use some sounds in Audacity. Splice, but as like an after, like you go after. To me, you go when you like the main beat is already made, and then you want to like sprinkle, you know, sprinkle some bells and whistles. Like that's what that is.
See me, I'm a real amateur with it, so I love Splice, baby. Splice got it all.
Hey man, it's good for all levels.
Yeah, it's very user friendly, so I definitely fuck with that for sure.
Yeah, fuck with Splice.
Yep. So you've been featured on some shit, my girl. I mean, we heard you on Grownish. My good sis has been featured on Victoria's Secret, Pretty Little Thing, Baby HBO Max's Sweet Life. Okay.
Wow.
Black Girl Magic, let's go. So how did you get into you know, music sync licensing and shit like that?
I'll say that like my management, I'd say even before I got with management, I always had little placements here and there. The first one was when I was in high school, and it was when Kim and Chloe, was it Courtney and Chloe Take Over Miami?
Okay.
That was my first placement when I was in high school. And that was the first time I ever saw like my music on TV, and like I was like, dang, okay. So that happened like once or twice, you know what I'm saying, before I got with management. But luckily she just had the relationships to, because you can have the relationships, but it's also like, I guess it also has to be a fit. So, you know, I got lucky in the sense of like the people that she was able to get the music to just had avenues that were looking for my type of music. So I think right now it's like, it's a voice thing. I think I got lucky because of my voice.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I think
it's
a tone thing that people are looking for right now. So they like that little yeah, they like
you got that
little
shit,
thing.
right?
They like
so, okay. I gotta work on my voice.
But you gotta do that voice.
Huh? I think you got frozen. Somebody probably calling her. Let's give her a couple ticks to get back in the mix. Something is in my eye, child. Dang, friend, come back. Okay, there she go. Any day now on Instagram. Ah, what the hell? Okay, I'm gonna have to call her back. Instagram is okay.
Yeah.
I was like, cause I don't know how to fix the shit when they do that. I'm like, do I hang up or what?
Yeah, it's like you just have to deal. They gotta get better on that.
For sure. Are you in NYC right now?
Yeah, I'm in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, I love Brooklyn. I do. How is it like? Okay, I know. Okay, so this isn't a premeditated question. I'm thinking, how is it like different? The music scene different from the East Coast to the West Coast? Is there a difference?
Yes, this is definitely a difference. New York, I feel like, is a lot more communal. In a sense, like there's just more. I've just, in my experience, I've had a better community like sense here, where on the West, it's easy if you know people already. Obviously, I think that's the way anywhere though. But LA is just seems always been, or like the West sometimes it just gets a little more cliquey, where people I feel like do not care as much. They just really care about like what you can, like what can you do, or like what is it that you're trying to push for yourself, and then if they can align with that, or if they are going like in the same direction, they're not like funny in that sense. You got haters everywhere, you got assholes everywhere, but here I just feel like I've been able to thrive better, musically and like creatively. So it's definitely a difference. I think it's more high energy for me. LA in the West is just, the energy is like, it's lax. So out here it's a little more.
No, I agree with that. Do you feel like you have to?
You don't have to tiptoe. Okay.
Do you feel like I know my dog in the background barking.
Yeah, like my
real life is going on here, people.
Like, no, real life is happening all around. Like
real life is happening. Don't even trip.
Talk.
Okay. Oh, what I was gonna ask you was, do you feel like you have to like leave your hometown in order to be successful? Or like, what are your thoughts on like artists moving to different regions to pursue their career?
I think it's good to move around. You don't necessarily have to move, but if you can afford to just, be somewhere for, maybe a week or two at a time, if you got it like that, or if you just got, people in certain regions, if you have friends, that you can go stay with, like tapping in is important. And I think like before I got to New York, I don't think I would have thought like that before I got to New York, because I was down to stay in Cali. I was like, I'll die there,
right?
Which I still feel, but like now that once I came out here, it was like, then this makes you feel like, dang, what else is, what I'm saying? What else is out here? Who else can I meet? So I think it's like the possibilities are more infinite, in that sense, where when you home, you kind of know, you know what you can tap into. Sometimes, in most cases, for most creatives, like you've already tapped into everything. So you have to start moving around if you really want to, like, depending on what you want to do. But I know for me, it was easier. Some people do pop off at home, but for me, I think for a long time, nobody knew where the fuck I was from. So there's also that. So like, I think that served me. But as a creative, I think people should definitely move around. And if it feels good energetically, like if you want to move there, do it. Like all my friends are very much about with that energy, like I like this place. I'm going to go. And you got to go to find out, if it is something for you, but it starts with you wanting to. So I think, every creative should pop out at some point.
Right. And don't be scared to try it, y'all. Try will be the fail. So, I mean, go for it.
People come to New York and get crushed. Like, it's not an easy place to be. But any place is easy with money,
Right.
But I will say, like, for me, even when I'm in LA, I'm like, I gotta get back to New York. Just because it's just like a better like vibe for me. I get stuff done. And home, all my friends are there, it's easier to kick it. It's easier to just kind of like fall back into just not. So I don't really have a lot of friends from back home, only a few. And then everyone out here is like super busy. So it's not, everyone's on the same type of time.
Right. Love that. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Let's talk about being a woman in the industry. I like to ask all my guests this because we all have different experiences. So what is it, how has it been for you as a woman in the industry, and how do you navigate in a male-dominated industry?
How is it? I mean, in my experiences in comparison to, someone else's, I say it's pretty mild. It's male dominated. The only way you could really navigate through it is just like having solid people on your team to like make sure that you don't really have to succumb or like compromise to any of like the stuff that really is happening. You know, like you see a lot of stuff happening in movies and like TV shows where it seems like really dramatized, and it's like it really does happen like this. Or it can, you know, like women have had this women have had this experience, right? So luckily for me, I haven't, but I think it's because I've always just had like people like my mom around and just a support, you know, so that people can't try to like play with you like that. So I think that's the main thing. It's because it's pretty grimy, you know, people are dirty, but I think just having solid people around is probably the best thing you could do, because it's always going to get a little messy. You're always going to have somebody trying something, you know, man or woman, but with it being male dominated, yeah, it's hard, you know what I mean? And I think it forces women to be like, I know that women want to be more united, but I think it forces women to feel more separate. You know, I feel like it's more like you feel like you have to propel yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't see a whole lot of embracing, you know, going on when it comes to other female artists amongst other female artists. So I feel like it does give us like this like dog eat dog mentality where it's like you don't feel like it could be more than one, you know, at one time. So I say there's that. I think that's probably a struggle because I keep to myself, but I think people also take that as like, oh, you know, she thinks she too like she thinks she's like so tight, or you know, she thinks she's so dope, and it's like I do, but I also don't think that like I'm better than anyone. That ain't really what it is. I think that people just see something at a glance and they just think they know, you know. But it's like, nah, if you actually got the time to talk to me, you know, I feel like people get prejudged all the time, but I feel like especially with girls, especially with me. So I feel like that's one thing too. You know what I'm saying? It's like people think that it's like it's like past confidence, you know, like what they think it is. And it's like for me it's just me being myself and like believing in myself. So I'd say that is probably what it's like navigating. It's just like it's a roller coaster, you know what I'm saying? But the more solid people you have with you, like the better. Like the less it should be less turbulent for you.
Right. Speaking of women, like kind of seeing each other as like huge competition and not having a lot of camaraderie. How do you think that we as women in the music industry, how can we better support one another?
The way we can support each other better, I would say that, you know, I see guys do it all the time. You know, sometimes they'll post, you know, if one of the homies' albums just dropped, you know, saying like you'll see that share, like, you know, and you will see it amongst like I'll see camaraderie amongst certain female artists, but it's still like a stigma. Everybody says it, you know. It's just like there's not enough. There's not enough of it, you know, like amongst us. So I think that maybe more, I don't know, maybe if more female artists were more vocal, you know, about other female artists, I guess more support, or, you know, just standing more heavy on those collaborations and like just being more vocal about like other female artists. I think that's the only thing that a female artist can do, or like somebody like a Cardi B or a Meg, or like, you know, anybody that's like up there right now. It would be kind of up to them to start like saying, hey, so and so over here is really tight, or hey, that, you know what I'm saying? It would really, unfortunately and fortunately, I feel like that's one part of it that could help, because it's not enough. There's not a bright enough light, you know what I'm saying, on like female artists and like females in hip hop. So I think it would take that, you know, like that would definitely help, and just more more people who just wasn't scared, you know what I'm saying, of like seeing girls regular, you know what I'm saying, like without all the stuff. There's not enough normalcy. So I feel like there's that too, where it's like it's a disconnect, and like the average girl growing up today, you know, thinks she has to do certain things, you know, or wear certain things, you know what I'm saying, to be socially accepted. I think there just needs to be more conversations where young girls kind of know, like, you could, it's more than one way. You know what I'm saying? It's not just this. It's not just this way. Like, can make it your own way. Um, yeah, more conversation.
Speaking of the authenticity, in a world, and I say this with no tea, no shade, because some of you bitches look real good. But in a world full of BBLs and fillers and I mean,
yeah.
How important is it to you to stay natural and just 100% you, without all the shots, ass shots, face shots? How important is it to you to remain just as you are?
Oh, it's very
And
important.
why is it important?
It's so important. Well, for me, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I got lucky. You know what I'm saying? I got blessed.
You got that ass already
Yeah,
naturally.
I've already had quite the fatty from a youth, as from a young buck.
Facts.
But so for that, I feel like my perception is slightly biased, because it's like, well, you got a nice natural body. You know what I'm saying? Versus like
Right.
someone who had nothing. Sitting here and being like, yeah, this is, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's important because mainly, I think, for who, as a human being, whatever you want to do to your body to make yourself feel good, that's your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, that has nothing to do with anyone else. However, I feel like it does, in a way, it could send the wrong message, you know what I'm saying, to young girls, where it's like a girl feels like she has to get her breasts done, or she to, like, to get work done. So I think for me, I really would like to be there for the normal girl. Like, and I think when that happens, it takes away the authenticity of, like, the actual female anatomy. It's like, girls don't just walk around looking like this all day, and that's okay. And, like, I think regular girls should know that. And it's getting a little out of control. So I think it's like, dang, I can respect a woman wanting to do something to make her happy. But then also, it's like, you got to think about the impact that it does put on, like, a young woman, who might be easily influenced to feel like, oh, I might have to go get a BBL because I want to make music now, which is not something that should ever, you know what I'm saying, that should never be two things that a girl should have to, like, connect, or that she wants to do anything in entertainment and feel like, damn, I gotta do something done, I gotta get, or I gotta fix my nose, or it's like, and people are showing you every day, like, they come out here and they're not the most perfect looking or aesthetically pleasing, and you still get by, and people still get noticed and success, and oh, right there, looking for a charger. And you can still get by being you, and I don't think there's enough of that going on. So, like I said, it's like, do I like it? If it makes the girl happy, sure.
Yeah.
But I think that's why I think it's more important that it's like, it's not that none of that needs to go away, because it's not. But at least if there was someone or other artists like me, who could represent more natural bodies, then okay, just to bring the balance. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
The balance. We need a balance.
For sure. Balance is important.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So if you weren't a musician, if you weren't in the entertainment industry, what would you be doing?
I would probably be a comedian.
Wow, you're hilarious.
Yeah, I'll probably be a comedian. I've always, like, it's low key a dream still to do stand up. One day I
Can
might
we
do that.
please? Okay, you know what? We did get a little. You did show us a little piece of that side of your personality on that one
Commercial.
1-800.
Yeah. Yeah. The juice.
That was
Yeah.
so good. That was
Thank
so
you.
good. That was
I'm,
good.
I'm
Can you
trying to get
please give
more
us
into
more
that.
of that glam? I need more of that.
I definitely am trying to get more into that. I got to find people that can actually shoot.
Right.
For me, the videographer I was using at that time, I took a different direction. So we have to find people that are, ready to
Yeah,
help us hike it up, help us step it up to the next level. But yeah, people definitely loved. They loved the juice. I loved the juice too. Stand up and just acting. Really, I definitely like. I like. I'm here for it all. I would like to be on like something on Netflix. That's trending. I'm into that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'm into all of that. So yeah, probably that. Still something technically creative.
Right. Let's see. I got some more questions here for you. What are you listening to right now? Who are you currently listening to? Female artists only. Did you hear me?
Female artists only. Oh, I listened to this girl. Her name's Etta Bond. She's a singer. She's an R&B singer out of the UK. She's fire. I listened to this rapper named China. She passed away in 2020. Shout out to her. Really
How do you
good
spell her
music.
name? Let's find her. China regular?
China, Chynnna. She was fire. She was very, very fire. So I listened to her. Uh, And then, just the everyday regulars, like Erykah Badu, Mary J. Blige, the classics, the ones, definitely got those always the Missies and all of that. But when it comes to the new, it gets difficult because I also listen to a lot of old music. So I listen to a lot of old music. I got to catch it. So I like Lil Sims. I think Lil Sims is tight.
Sure.
But then I also like it. I like ignorant shit. I think Gucci Flip Flops by Bad Baby was like actually a good song.
Right.
So, but it's not about her. You know what I mean? It's about who wrote it and produced it. And, so somebody had a glance and be like, "Why you like that song?" It's like, yo, the beat is fire. Like, and it's actually like well written. It's a well written song.
It's some well written ignorant shit. Yeah.
Well written ignorant, and I love it. So I'd say there's that, and yeah, it's ever changing. But I say right now, that's it. I like Little Dragon. But I guess that's a group.
That's a girl.
It's technically a group, but the singer is female lead. Yeah, it gets real scarce.
What kind of music is that? I'm just curious. Little Dragon. That's
Little
hip hop.
Dragon. It's like damn. What would I call it? Experimental pop. I feel a little funky.
Okay.
Funky.
I like shit like that. That's why I'm asking.
Definitely experimental. They got a soul, they got a soul thing to them, but they are very they're not regular. They're awesome. You should definitely check them out. You'll like them.
Hell yeah.
I like Sid. We're not counting the internet. Sid is awesome. Who else? It'd be hard at this time because I'm always mixing my own things and listening to my stuff. So it'd be really, I'll be feeling real lame.
Are there any artists that you draw really inspire you? Who you're listening to? Who kind of help you not cultivate your sound, but you know what I'm saying? You listen to some shit and you might want to recreate. Any artists doing that?
Anything that's like Q-Tip, Tribe Called Quest, or Pharrell. Yeah, definitely NERD, Khalees.
Yeah.
That's definitely my mode. I like just anything 90s really because I know that sounds like a cop out and so generic, but it's that really was a pure time for me personally. Despite what anyone says about the 90s, just growing up in that era and being able to appreciate the music. Because of my parents being so in the thick of it at the time that they were, I think I just was able to see it through a lot more different and more of a special lens. So, I give a little Shock G, what I'm saying, a little E40.
Okay. Real Bay Area shit.
Some Bay Area mix, you know what I mean? But yeah, I think it's always for inspiration. It's always people who came before me. Anyone who came before me. I feel I subconsciously study them because I got just so much just stuff on my phone, like music on my computer, that it's like everything's so different, but like it all comes, like I'm grabbing something from it all, like in all different things. So yeah, I say it's always gonna be somebody like before me. It's always gonna be like an elder. Any top five, anybody's top five that they could think of, I'm most likely like referencing them. You know, Andre 3000 is like probably a big one. Q-Tip.
Yeah.
You know, Kanye, obviously you could throw Drake in there, Jay-Z. You know, all the heavy makers, all the ones that are like worth templating, you know what I'm saying, like your career after. Like I'm studying. But it's like this, but it doesn't feel like I'm studying because like, I love music. But then when I'm making my music, I'm realizing like, oh, these things are like, oh, yeah, like, exactly. But then you start realizing how it inspires you. Like, oh, I like how Biggie said this, so I'm gonna write this thing this way because he made me feel some kind of way when he said it this way. So it's like you start really thinking about like how people start crafting their verses and putting their songs together. So yeah, I'm always in study mode. So I'm always like a student, like always.
Yeah, I feel that. Your mama was in a group or she was a single artist, solo artist?
My mom was a solo artist.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was a solo artist.
For some reason, I put her in a group. Okay.
She could have been. She would have. She would have. It wouldn't have been a group for long. Huh?
Is there songs on YouTube?
Yeah, she got some songs on YouTube. My dad got some songs on YouTube too.
Bro, you gotta post them on your page. Like, this is my mama and like this is where I come from. I am the product of this. We need snippets of the daddy's
so
mama.
glad my mom's not in this live right now because
I wish she was. I can't believe. Where is she? Why is she not on here?
I think she's sleeping in my room right now. She's in my bed.
Nick, where you at?
She sleeps from you know, she cooked, she threw down last night, so she's in bed.
She lives in NY too?
She lives in Jersey. Well, actually, she's back and forth. She's between like Jersey and DC, and I'm in Brooklyn. So yeah, so we still around it. We're still around.
Yeah,
we're still close.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So, what's your favorite song to sing in the shower?
Ooh.
I know you in the shower. Don't act like you
what
don't.
Song? I'm actually trying to think of what I was just singing. What's the last song I was just singing in the shower? I was humming it. What was it?
Tell me.
What? That is you owe me something. Yeah.
Wait. I know that was
That's by Nas.
Oh, wait, Nas, right?
Does he say shouty? Shouty. It was
Say
surprise. Just to back it up.
You can hold my mind.
It might be inappropriate, but I'll say this. The song that stuck in my head to the point where I actually go and listen to it. It's
Which
a song called So Sexy by Twista, but it's featuring R. Kelly. Yeah.
Ooh, you lost me on the R. As soon as you said R, you lost me.
I had to listen to the song though. I had to.
I don't know which one you're talking about, but I feel like it's one that I probably used to bump.
It's like, you're so sexy, so sexy.
Ooh,
perfect for me. And I like you. Exactly.
Yep.
And Twista's like, steady super Chris. I so definitely got a nice one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So,
right.
Yeah.
That's
so
funny.
I caved in. That song has definitely been stuck in my head.
Okay, so great segue. So since you let us sing in the shower, and I see that you be karaokeing from time to time, I'm gonna play a little game with you called Finish Those Lyrics, and I'm gonna play 3 songs, and you gonna finish those lyrics because I know you know hip hop and I know you know this shit. So don't even play, don't even front, don't try to act like you don't know the words, and don't get shy.
Okay. It's like, and don't do this, and don't do this.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. All right. It must be edgy on the mic. The butter pea, honey, got the sugar, got
Look what's on this art cartoon. Me and Kim is getting pleased. Like so many movies. Don't give this book alone. So if I say it's on, then it's on. Bang this in the whip. Here's a French kiss. I dismiss all you tricks. Feel good, make you dance. Ow. Blunt focus.
Like a
A
penny
penny
with
with
a
a
hole
hole
in
in
it.
it.
Y'all
Y'all
just
just
hopeless.
hopeless. It's hopeless. I ain't lying. Something, something, something. Keep trying.
All right, you know
Yeah,
it. You
see,
know
I
it.
got it.
All right, you know.
What else? What else? Throw it at me then.
All right, what else? Okay. All right, hold
I'm
on.
excited.
Okay, we're just doing female hip hop.
Okay.
Hold on.
Oh,
15% make the whole world sit up.
Tell me how nasty can you get it?
You gotta at least know JP part.
I didn't know Foxy part like that. I'm sorry. Don't nobody burn me. Don't burn me.
Don't do Foxy because she was the star of that show. She was the star.
You know, she always felt a little beyond me as a kid. Like,
oh, for real?
I mean, like, it was like, to me, like, I know Lil' Kim was like the nasty girl, but I thought Foxy was I thought she was nastier, in my opinion.
It's still to this day, you think that?
Like, I think more so aesthetically.
Okay.
Like, I felt like Foxy was a little more raunchy. She had like the thin eyebrows and like the dark lips, and she just looked like
She's always sitting. Yeah.
Yeah, like Lil' Kim was nasty, you know, like freaky. But yeah, Foxy made me feel like I would get in trouble. Like I would get in trouble listening to
That's how I feel about Trina. Trina was like,
no, Trina's forbidden.
I was not singing Trina.
Yeah, Trina's forbidden. Like, you cannot. Your church, your grandma saw that. Yeah, no, you can't.
No, like I would be in the car with my mama when she was playing it, but I was never singing along, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Right? No, she's to me, she's actually probably she's at the top of that.
Right. Okay, hold on. Let me find one more that I know that you got to know.
I hope I know.
Or okay, let me see. Playing. Okay, we need to go back to the 90s. My sister said she liked the 90s. Okay, boom, here we go. Wait. They're giving me full video. Hold on. Push you where you rested up. Great lines in the Bentley's and the Rose Rolls.
All with the kind of things
Are you ready to know?
Can I be your date?
Get me.
Get me.
Don't trick.
Can come to and then get me up with some boys like you. Hot boy, rock boy, and I like those. Boy, baby, you got what I want. Baby, the Jaguars and the Bentleys and the Rollers and the Carval, what the fuck are these are? Something like that. Something like that.
I knew you wasn't gonna sleep on Missy like that.
No, hell no.
I knew you wasn't never gonna do Missy like that.
Never. Of course not.
Right. All right, hold on. This is our last joint. Let's see if you know this one. Since I think you know everything. I'm sure.
taste and I want more. We went full force on the 4-4. Figgy down, make it bust like we was on tour. Love sick, maybe that I'ma need yours.
Oh, that's me.
I'm not even gonna hold
You know this girl?
I'm gonna hold you. I kind of know it.
Do you know who this girl is?
I don't know who she is, but she sounds like trash. Nah, she's straight fire. I think she made the beat too.
She made the beat?
Yeah, she co-produced it.
Okay, I like this
That little
girl.
part, that doom, the doom, 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 doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that little part.
Nigga, the beat? I mean the bass? Oh.
Yeah, I did that.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. She tight.
She alright.
She does it all. She does it all. She does it all. She's multifaceted.
Multifaceted. Faceted. Yes. You haven't dropped it.
Right.
Dog. Oh,
thank you so much for joining me tonight, bro. I really appreciate you. It's been a long time coming. I haven't seen you in so long. It's great to see your face. It's great to see this black girl magic.
Yes.
Great to see that you're thriving, baby girl. Audacity EP. I need y'all to go cop that, okay? Cop my girl shit.
Thank
Audacity.
You. Audacity, yeah.
Here.
Krissy,
Before you go, do you have,
So you look like you got mad. You about to sock somebody like Audacity.
Oh, no, I sucked the shit out of somebody. For real. No, I will.
I know. I feel that.
But do you have any advice or any tips for like upcoming artists before you head out? Tell like, drop a little gem before you go.
I'll say this. People are gonna tell you a lot of shit. People are gonna tell you to change your look. People are gonna tell you that the stuff that you think is fire is just like okay. Still, regardless through all of that, just keep believing in yourself. Because they'll tell you that maybe you should just write for somebody. Maybe you should just be a writer. Maybe you should just go do this. People will try to place you in their world. So you have to always remind yourself that it's your world and you control your reality. So, use your discernment and follow your heart. As generic as that sounds, but like that's the only way. If you want it the right way, you gotta follow that energy, and like you gotta follow your heart and just stay consistent. Whatever it is that you do, stay consistent, and it'll catch on. And it's a learning process every day. You're not gonna wake up and just know it all. I think that's one thing that I've also take with me. So everybody learning every day, even the artists that we see that's posting and they look like everything's cool. We have no idea. You have no idea what go on in these internet streets in the social media game. Do not be fooled. I'll say that. Yeah, I keep it there for my youngins. Do not be fooled. Don't believe the hype. Just be on your own hype.
Right. It's all trial and error, y'all. Trial and error. And like she said, just stay consistent with whatever you're doing. Facts. Oh wait, no. So what can we expect next from you? What you got going on, sis? What's tea? You.
Oh, sorry. Somebody just whipped out the dessert, so my mouth looked like that. Right now we're just pushing the project.
You just rocking?
Yeah, honestly, I'm working on something for the summer. I want something out for the summer, so I would like something happening when it's warm out. So I'm working on that right now and just producing for other people. So production, expect me on the production side heavy. Just until like I want to put out more music as an artist. So just collabing right now. Trying to tap into my social media presence. Trying to get the numbers up. We tapping in. I'm doing my little freestyles. I'm trying to put some skits together. We're gonna see what's up. We're trying to get it cracking. So that's really it. Just keeping it going.
Please keep me in mind. If you need a female rapper,
of course.
Give me
You already
my,
know.
send me some beats. You know, I need all that shit. You know, I definitely love what you're doing. I respect you as an artist. I respect you as a human, as a woman. And I would love to support everything that you got going on. So please keep me posted. If you come to the Bay, you need some extras in the video, whatever. Call me. I'm here.
The love is mutual.
Definitely.
Much respect and thank you for having me on this dope ass segment. Definitely appreciate you reaching out, and I definitely will. You know, as soon as I touch back down when I touch back down to the Bay, I'll definitely hit you.
For sure, for sure. Thank you so much. I appreciate you again. I love you, girl.
I love you too.
And we'll tap in soon.
All right, we'll tap in. Happy holidays.
All right, happy holidays to you too, Mama. Have a good one. Send love to your mom too.
I will.
All right. Peace.